what's up, everybody? It's Dave, and we are back for our reading of the New Testament. For those of you that have been following along, you know that we are in the book of Mark, and we are on chapter 5. Today's reading is going to cover a demon-possessed man healed, a girl restored to life, and a woman healed. So, two main topics in today's reading, and it is 43 verses long. Today we're going to be reading out of the New King James Version. This is a Holman edition, and if you are interested in one like this with the gigantic print, even though I do have my reading glasses on, I'll have a link down below for you. If you don't have a Bible and you want to follow along though, remember you can go to bible.com or the YouVersion app that you can download on both Android and iOS platforms. Alright, so let's go ahead and get started. I hope you guys are having an amazing Thursday. Alright, then they came to the other side of the sea and to the country of Gadarenes. And when he had come out of the boat, immediately there met him out of the tombs a man with an unclean spirit, who had his dwelling among the tombs, and no one could bind him, not even with chains, because he had often been bound with shackles and chains. And the chains had been pulled apart by him, and the shackles broken in pieces, neither could anyone tame him. And always, night and day, he was in the mountains, and in the tombs, crying out and cutting himself with stones. When he saw Jesus from afar, he ran and worshipped him. He cried out loud with a loud voice and said, "What have I to do with you, Jesus, Son of the Most High God? I implore you by God that you do not torment me." For he said to him, "Come out of the man, unclean spirit." Then he asked him, "What is your name?" And he answered, saying, "My name is Legion, for we are many." Also he begged him earnestly that he would not send them out of the country. Now a large herd of swine was feeding there near the mountains. So all the demons begged him, saying, "Send us to the swine, that we may enter them." And at once Jesus gave permission. Then the unclean spirits went out and entered the swine. There were about 2,000, and the herd ran violently down the steep place into the sea, and drowned in the sea. So those who fed the swine fled, and they told it in the city and in the country. And they went out to see what it was that had happened. Then they came to Jesus and saw the one who had been demon-possessed, and had the legion sitting and clothed and in his right mind, and they were afraid. And those who saw it told them how it had happened to him who had been demon-possessed, and about the swine. Then they began to plead with him to depart from their region. And when he got into the boat, he who had been demon-possessed begged him that he might be with him. However, Jesus did not permit it, but said to him, "Go home to your friends, and tell them what great things the Lord has done for you, and how he has compassion upon you." And he departed and began to proclaim in Decapolis all that Jesus had done for him, and all marveled. The second section, a girl restored to life and a woman healed, verses 21 through 43. Now when Jesus had crossed over again by the boat to the other side, a great multitude gathered to him, and he was by the sea. And behold, one of the rulers of the synagogue came, Jairus by name, and when they saw him, he fell at his feet, and begged him earnestly, saying, "My little daughter lies at the point of death. Come and lay your hands on her, that she might be healed, and she will live." So Jesus went with him, and a great multitude followed him and thronged him. Now a certain woman had a flow of blood for 12 years, and had suffered many things from many physicians. She had spent all that she had, and was no better, but rather grew worse. When she heard about Jesus, she came behind him in the crowd, and touched his garment, for she said, "If only I may touch his clothes, I shall be made well." Immediately the fountain of her blood was dried up, and she felt in her body that she was healed of the affliction. And Jesus, immediately knowing in himself that power had gone out of him, turned around in the crowd and said, "Who touched my clothes?" But his disciples said to him, "You see the multitude thronging you, and you say, 'Who touched me?'" And he looked around to see her who had done this thing. But the woman, fearing and trembling, knowing what had happened to her, came and fell down before him, and told him the whole truth. And he said to her, "Daughter, your faith has made you well. Go in peace and be healed of your affliction." While he was still speaking, some came from the ruler of the synagogue's house, who said, "Your daughter is dead. Why trouble the teacher any further?" And as soon as Jesus heard the word that was spoken, he said to the ruler of the synagogue, "Do not be afraid, only believe." And he permitted no one to follow him except Peter, James, and John, the brother of James. Then he came to the house of the ruler of the synagogue, and saw a tumult and those who wept and wailed loudly. When he came in, he said to them, "Why make this commotion and weep? The child is not dead, but sleeping." And they ridiculed him. But when he put them all outside, he took the father and the mother of the child and those who were with him, and entered where the child was laying. Then he took the child by the hand and said to her, "Talitha cumi," which is translated, "Little girl, I say to you, arise." Immediately the little girl arose and woke, for she was 12 years of age, and they were overcome with great amazement. But he commanded them strictly that no one should know it, and said that something should be given her to eat. So that concludes Mark chapter 5 of the New Testament of the New King James Version. We appreciate you watching our video. We hope that you enjoy it. If so, make sure you give us a little thumbs up. That just lets us know that you're here and that you're watching and that you enjoyed it. If you want to be notified of further videos like this and other videos that we do, make sure you hit the subscribe button and the little bell next to it. That will alert you to more videos as we post them along. So, thanks so much for watching. We appreciate you guys. Hope you got something from this. If you didn't, make sure you share it. Even if you did, but make sure you share it, because the message may have not been for you, but it may be for someone else. All right. Thanks so much. God bless. Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Dave. I just want to do a real quick thank you. Appreciate you watching our videos. If you've noticed, we've mentioned a couple of things that you can purchase. We are Amazon affiliates, so if you check out the links below, there's a few links there depending upon the video that you're watching. So if you purchase something through there, we get a small commission at no additional cost to you. So if you would like to support this channel, that's definitely one way that you can do it. We also have our website, everdave.com. And then byfaithclothing.com, which is this shirt that we're wearing here. So, and then we have our YouTube channel that you're watching now, and then we have our book of poetry, which we have links to that down below as well. So, thanks so much for watching. Be sure to hit that subscribe button. We appreciate your support. As always, thank you. God bless.